welcome to another video. My name is Rebecca and I am an illustrator based in the UK. Today I want to share with you my ideas generator for making Instagram content, regardless of trends. So, let's make a cup of tea and get started. Why, besides trying to increase the visibility, why create more Instagram content? A good Instagram page is more than purely numbers focused. It can reflect the mission of the person or organisation and tells their story. Everyone loves a good story. For example, what does the artisan perfume company Fern have in common with the cuddly toy rehoming company Loved Before London? If we take a look at both their Instagram feeds, you can see clear examples of storytelling. These are spread across a mixture of reels, carousel posts and single images, often including behind the scenes footage as well as following up on audience leads. As an illustrator, storytelling is a key part of my creative practice, but I feel it's currently missing from my own Instagram feed. I would love my social media to feel more in keeping with the artwork I make. So by looking at accounts that I like and identifying reasons why I like them, it can help inspire my own content goals. We can pretty much instinctively identify a good account from its content rather than its numbers. Try looking at accounts that are in a different discipline to your own. The two examples I gave were not illustrators, but still feel relevant to my main artistic driving forces of nature, nostalgia and hope. It's not about copying here, it's about identifying techniques that they've used to tell their story. So, what is your story? I drew up a template. I want to do the same for my own social media. Feel free to join. Start by brainstorming 4 key themes and techniques. These can be related to your brand, as well as including some of the techniques we identified when looking for inspiration. It doesn't matter if they feel unconnected at the moment, we'll get to that. I have chosen behind the scenes, on this day/seasons, events and nostalgia. I put these into a table with the themes running down the side and along the top. Now we can start to connect the dots. So, for behind the scenes with behind the scenes, it's a fairly straightforward start. For me, this could be shots of materials, favourite materials, day in the life, current inspiration like favourite books, and general behind the scenes B-roll footage. Next up is on this day with behind the scenes. I've put in shots of a calendar as well as behind the scenes of making artwork related to that day. For example, if I film myself drawing cats for International Cat Day. This ties in fairly well with the next box, which is events and behind the scenes. So I regularly run my market stall, which is an event. I could show the setting up and taking down of. I could show IT prep for markets, like charging my card reader and making sure my prices are accurate. You could also show how you come up with promotional content for the event. The last box on the top row for me is Nostalgia with Behind the Scenes. This is a bit tricky, but I put childhood influences, vintage books and second-hand art materials. But this will of course all be different based on your own core themes. It now gets a bit easier because we can copy and paste some of these boxes we've already done across where the thematic combinations are the same. On This Day with On This Day could be posts relevant to the day, e.g. a winter scene for Christmas. It could also include national/international days, or even sketch of me on this day posts. Next up is events with On This Day. This is mostly promotional, I'd say, reminding people that the event is happening or coming up. Definitely included here are digital events like Folktale Week or Inktober. Lastly, we have nostalgia with On This Day. So I've put reflective things like reflecting on how last year I attended my first Christmas market beyond my village and what that day meant to me, then if that's changed upon reflection. So the next row is just a copy and paste in the first two boxes. Then it's events with events. For this, I've included potential live streams for events. This is a good place to make use of Instagram stories as well. I want to show in the moment stories here, like current events, and reminding people that it's happening now. And then the final box on this row is events with nostalgia. The final row is all copy and paste, apart from nostalgia with nostalgia. This was the hardest to fill in, but I put nostalgia for nostalgia's sake and relatable content for audiences like, do you remember this art show called Mr. Maker? And there we go, one Instagram content generator. From this, I hope to make content that fits my artwork better and reduces the overwhelm and decision fatigue brought on by short-lived trends. I'm aiming to post 1 or 2 times a week following this template. Currently, I've been enjoying making use of scheduling posts on Instagram, as well as using trending audio too. I've put a blank printable template on the blog section of my website. If you fancy having a go at the table yourself, let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear if it works for you. And if you have any advice for Instagram too, put it in the comments. Thank you, see you next time, bye.